Yeah. Top of the morning. There we go. Just not tuning in, we got a new time start now. We have a new start time, should I say. It is at 9 a.m. now. Catch Top of the Morning, Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. I know it still says 8:30 in the app. We'll get to changing that. Just been a lot going on, obviously. Things slipping my mind. Mind is full. Heart is heavy. Once again, just want to say, easy rest to my guy, Gotti West, from the Black Barbershop here at the Good News. Sad time for a lot of people. So, we're doing our best to deal with it. So thank all y'all who've been supporting and continuing to, show love and respect and honor my guy's name. So it's been, like I said, it's been an interesting week. So anyways, top of the morning to y'all. Hope y'all are ready for today. Today is Wednesday, but that's not what's important. The only thing that actually is important is that you woke up today and got another opportunity. I say it all the time. It doesn't matter what today is. Every day is virtually the same. All that matters is what you do with it, how you handle it, how you approach it. But most importantly, like I said, today is another opportunity. What you gonna do with it? So as we get started, I just want to say, man, good morning. Good morning to everybody out there tuned in. Good morning to anybody who needs to hear good morning. It's kind of like an old saying that we kind of just pass up. But if you ever think about like good morning, that doesn't sound like, I like that. Good morning. Like it gives you a different type of response to hear the word good and like in the morning. Good morning. I mean, have a good morning. It ain't worried about like the entire day. It's focused on a particular time slot. So it's like when you hear good morning, you know that, I don't know. I love hearing good morning. Good morning makes me feel good. So I'm going to say good morning to y'all to make y'all feel just as well. And I hope y'all take it the same way. So good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to say it again to you. I'm saying it directly to you that you listening to. Good morning. Good morning. Like for real, good morning. Y'all know how to, good morning. Good morning. It feels good. I know it does. I really know it does. I really want to draw a connection to the good part that I'm talking about. The whole reason why this is even named the Good News is because I understood how the word good affects people in a positive way. I understood from a marketing perspective that if people heard the word good, they automatically feel a positive impact. It's like the word good has a different vibration that connects to people. Just hearing good job, good day, good night. This is good. Oh, it was good. It was good. Like sometimes great seems overbearing. Great can seem phony, or it can seem, just it's like shooting let's say don't shoot a rabbit with a rabbit with a shotgun. It can be too much. Good seems to make people feel right at home. It sets right. I don't know. It's something about it. It's something about the word good. I'm telling you. That's why even in my name, Keep Good News, it was purposeful. I was calling myself Keep Good News before the Good News even existed. I was Keep Good News, and kind of, everything transpired over time. But the story behind that even, and I'm going to bring, like I said, this connection to the word good, is how I even got to that point of recognizing that was I met a very popular young man. If y'all don't know what or who the founders or owners of Trap Kitchen is, but I was able to meet them when I was working at the Social Hour years back, maybe, 2000, maybe 15, 16, in that realm. I was working there, and we interviewed Trap Kitchen right after they kind of was, making their ascension, and everybody went on who they are. That was on the news, so they was getting around. And one of the guys When I met him, his name was Trap, but he went by Trap Bad News. And I remember him, and I was like, okay, that's the name I'll remember for sure. But after the interview and sitting with him for time, he was such a good guy. I'm like, man, this is a hell of a guy. I wonder why he wants to be considered bad news when he's really he's a solid individual. He was super calm, and I mean, he was a cool guy. And I was thinking, like, man, I wonder if he would have told me his name was Good News, that would have exemplified. I would have felt differently I would have had a different expectation when I met him. And from then on, I wanted people to respond to my name in the opposite way that I responded to his. I prejudged him based on that name, and I was like, I want people to judge me in a different light when they meet me. So I decided to go by Keep Good News at that moment. All right, first it was just Good News, and then it just kind of developed into what it is. But I share that story because the words that you use have such an impact on your day. That's why we even listen to Top in the Morning. All I'm doing is just sharing words, but it has an impact on you. It has an impact on your entire day. So the word good, start putting good in front of it. Like, man, this is going to be a good day. I'm going to have a good time. Make sure I have a good time. Have a good time out there. Somebody want to hear, go have a bad time. Bad morning. Just imagine that. Imagine people saying the opposite. So I say that to say words have these huge effect, and specifically the word good. It's calming. How'd you do? You did good. It's calming. It has an effect on the mind. It makes you feel a certain way. So to my good people out there, you see how I did that? I mean, how do you feel when I say that? You're a good person. Man, you're a good individual. Telling you, man, it has an effect. So anyways, I use that as an example, like I said, because I just want to draw the connection to the word good. And starting off your morning that way by saying good morning, I'm telling you, just say good morning to yourself. You can look in the mirror and say, good morning. I'm telling you, it does something for your soul, man. Y'all may not be believing me, but I say right now, you should go ahead and just try to say good morning to yourself. To yourself, just take a deep breath and good morning. Good morning. It makes you smile as you saying it. Like you gotta, like right now, I'm pretty sure that you're starting to crack a little smile. And if you're not cracking a little smile, now you got to give yourself a cool little smile, like a good smile. See, that is crazy about the smile, because just like the word good, I'm saying it, even though you can't see me smiling, you can tell that I'm smiling. How is that? That is incredible that you can tell what I'm doing physically by the energy I'm emitting through the microphone. It's just energy that's being shared. So that's why I said even the word good has a certain type of energy. The fact that I'm smiling and I'm smiling on the other side of the microphone lets you know how that energy gets transferred. That's so simple. So simple. So be careful with those words. Be careful what you're saying. Be careful what you're asking for. I see Crazy Marie in the chat. She says, good morning. She said, good is positive. It's affirmative. She said, I even chuckled. Yeah, I mean, because you can't help yourself. When somebody smiles at you and it's genuine, or it's almost like a yawn. It's contagious. A smile is more contagious than anything else. Like, you ever see somebody that you didn't know and you walk past them in the supermarket and you hit them with like a little smile? They gotta smile back. It's like they don't even know how to not smile back. It's the energy that gets transferred. Everything is energy. So have good energy. But I do want to go back to these words, because you got to be careful what you're asking for. You got to be careful what you're saying, because just like those smiles, just like the word good has energy, everything you say has energy connected to it. So be careful with those words. Be careful how you're speaking about others, because the mind and the body and the soul, the consciousness can't tell if you're talking about yourself or somebody else. If you're talking bad about somebody else, your consciousness don't know that you're not talking about yourself. You saying somebody ugly, stupid, all your consciousness is hearing ugly, stupid, ugly, stupid, ugly, stupid. It ain't thinking about you talking to somebody else. It just works on command. It's like a bullet. It has no direction. So be careful with how you speaking, because whatever you speaking on, you speaking of, and you speaking existence into yourself. Be very careful with those words. Be very careful with those words. Very careful. If you're talking about somebody, the consciousness think you're talking about yourself. If you're saying like, hey, I don't want to be broke, the consciousness only hears broke. It don't hear I don't, like I say, it has no direction. It doesn't understand aim. So if you keep saying I don't want to be broke versus I want to have more money, it's a different conversation. Saying what you don't want and versus saying what you do want. It's two different things. If you always focus, you're always constantly telling what you don't want, that's all you're going to get, because it doesn't understand separation. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be sick. The mind just understands broken, sick. It don't say, I don't know about you. It just broken, sick, broken, sick. If you say, I want to be money and be healthy, I want money and be healthy, it still don't understand you, but at least it's registering money and healthy, money and healthy, money and healthy. It's the way you talk to yourself. Jim Rohn says, don't ask for less problems, ask for more skill. He said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. I see my brother Dash in the chat. He says, power behind words. He says, similar to the notion, when you point the finger, you have 3 fingers pointing right back at you. You better believe that. So don't be talking about other people because you don't understand that energy is coming back and around. Don't be speaking negative. Just because they don't agree with your philosophy, just because they don't do how to act how you act, don't be doing that, because you're talking about yourself. The mind only understands one thing. It doesn't have a sense of direction. It doesn't have a sense of aim. It's going to produce what you're talking about. So if you're the person always looking for negativity, always looking for something wrong, that's what you're going to live in. I promise you. The way you live right now is based on the reality of your thinking. I'm gonna say it again. The way you're living right now is based on the reality of your thinking. Do you have a lot of issues? Do you got a lot of problems? See, here's the thing about it. We all think we have more problems than other people. We think always we have more issues than other people. Jim Rohn says, it changed his world when he realized it also rains on the rich. You think bad times are reserved for poor people, or bad times are reserved for people who are trying to build something? Bad times are reserved for the unlucky? No, everybody has bad times. It's just perspective. I've shared this story many times. How you see things. It's 2 salesmen. It's a rainstorm outside. One salesman looks outside and said, oh, it's a rainstorm. Can't go outside. They can't expect me to make sales in this kind of weather. He stays home. Same day, same salesman looks outside and said, oh, there's a rainstorm on. No worries. I'll just get my jacket. It's a great day to make sales. Why? Because almost everybody will be at home. Hey, and especially the other salesmen. No competition. It's the way you view a situation that makes it a problem or not. Here's another example. There were 2 shoe companies. One shoe company looked at a place in Africa and said, oh my God, nobody's wearing shoes over there, so I can't make any money. Same place, another shoe company says, oh my God, nobody's wearing shoes over there. What an opportunity. It's the way you look at the situation that changes. It's not the situation. It's the way you look at it. It's not the blowing of the wind. It's the set of the sail. Jazz in the comments, she said, that's good. I appreciate it, isn't it? That's good. You see how that word good, like I said earlier, that word good has so much, it made me, I was able to receive an endorphin from that. If you don't know what endorphins are, look it up. I don't got time to explain it, but I received something that it's like a power up. Dad says, when you remain solution oriented, your mind shifts towards thinking about gain versus lack. How does your mind see things? I see challenges as opportunities. Here's an opportunity for me to a few things, to work on what I know I should be practicing. Like I always say, the only time that you have an opportunity to practice patience is to be put in a situation where you got to be patient. Ain't that crazy? You can't practice patience unless you put in a situation where you must be patient. Craziest thing ever, right? It's the only way to practice. Sometimes you got to look at challenges as an opportunity to say, yo, this is an opportunity to practice whatever it is I need to work on. Okay, I need to practice. Here it is. I'm practicing patience. Hey, I do. So I need to get better at listening. Even though I want to say something right now so bad, here's an opportunity. They getting on my nerves. I did say I was going to listen more. I did say I was going to hear people out more. I did tell myself I wasn't going to take things so personal. And right now I'm feeling personally attacked. But here's my opportunity to practice not taking it personal. Every challenge is an opportunity. So back to what I was saying about words, how you talk about yourself, what you tell yourself, what you ask for. You know, people are afraid to ask for more because they think they're being greedy. We got to change that mentality. You're not being greedy because you want the best you can get. You're not being greedy because you want the most that you're supposed to get. You're not being greedy when you get all that's supposed to be for you. You're not being greedy when there's an unlimited amount. If you plant a freaking orange tree, you're not being greedy if you eat oranges every day. That's your tree. You grew it. You're supposed to be, you can't even if you try to overeat the oranges, you can't. And guess what happens if you don't eat the oranges? It makes a mess. You get rodents and all kind of stuff. You better be eating the oranges. It's bearing fruit more than you can even eat. And people think that they may say, man, you always eating oranges, you greedy. Like, nah, bro, I got an orange tree in the back. I mean, it took years to grow this. So don't be afraid to ask for what it is you actually desire. You know, I took our executive team out on a retreat this past weekend, and it was fantastic. We had a fantastic time. We really stepped our game up and we're ready for the next level. And that was the whole point. Let's get us prepared to move into the next phase of business as a company. And I'm very excited for what we have planned moving forward. And obviously, y'all see the results of that just by action. Y'all will see what we're doing next. But I bring that up just to I forgot what comparison I was trying to draw, so I completely blanked on that one. But I'm even saying that because the team atmosphere of I know why now, because I asked them to write down one of the things that we did. We were there one activity. I had them write down how much they want to make in the next year. Just write it down to yourself. Write down, just give me a number. And then I overemphasized. I said, not how much you think you can make, but how much you actually want. You can be as realistic or you can be as hypothetical as you want. Hear what I'm saying? You can be as realistic or hypothetical as it wants. But just like words, your mind don't register if it's hypothetical or if it's real. It doesn't. Your mind don't work that way. Hear what I'm saying? Your mind doesn't know if you're being hypothetical or real. So if you say, I want $1 billion in 12 months, that's just what your mind is working on. Whether it comes to fruition or not, that's what it's that's what it's set on. Your mind don't understand reality versus non-reality. That's why we dream. That's why we hallucinate. Literally, I'm trying to tell you what happens. Your mind doesn't understand the separation of real and fake, so you might as well give it an unrealistic goal. Your mind doesn't care what you feed it. The ground does not care what you plant inside of it. It's going to grow as long as you water. Now, some things take longer to grow. So if you say, hey, I want an apple tree in 12 months, well, guess what? You won't get an apple tree in 12 months. It takes like 5 to 10 years to grow a full apple tree. But here's the thing. You planted the seed. You planted the seed. Hear what I'm saying? You planted the seed. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? 5 to 10 years is going to pass anyway. It's going to pass regardless. So maybe your time was off, but also your mind doesn't understand time. It only understands what you ask for. The ground don't understand time. It grows at its own pace, but as long as you water it, it will grow. As long as you water it, it will grow. Say it again. As long as you water it, it will grow. So it doesn't matter what you plant in your mind. It doesn't matter what goal. Your mind doesn't understand the separation. Your mind don't understand reality versus a dream. Your mind don't get it. Your mind processes the same way. You ever had a dream? Somebody did something, maybe your significant other did something to you in a dream. You woke up, you was actually mad about it. Why? Because your mind and body it's not registering now as a dream. The emotion is the same. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you something that you've already experienced. I'm not telling you something you don't know. My daughter, Peyton, she woke up. I remember last week, she woke up and she was just pissed at me. I'm like, why are you so mad? She's like, because I had a dream you ate my last bag of hot Cheetos, and I'm so mad at you. I was so mad at you. And I was like, but it was a dream. She was like, I know, but I'm still mad at you. I'm like, it's crazy because, you know, even her, she understands that her mind and reality is two different places. The mind doesn't understand. The body reacts to what the mind gives it. You ever been cut before? You ever been hurt and didn't feel it until you seen it, until the mind registered it, and now the pain comes? What is that about? Because not until it becomes a reality, that's when your mind registers how your body should react. I've heard people that tell me they've gotten shot and didn't know they were shot until afterwards, when there was no pain, until the mind registered the pain. The mind tells the body how to feel, and it creates the action of what actually is done. So be very careful. Be very careful what you put and plant inside of your garden. Be very careful. And I'm saying this because not only be careful, but be intentional. Stop planting shit you don't want. Stop planting shit you don't want in your fucking mind. Stop planting things that you don't desire. Stop planting things in your mind you think other people want. Stop planting. People plant 6 figures in their mind because everybody else plants 6 figures. Honestly, that's the only thing I don't want to hear. I'm like, 6 figures is not a number. Hello, there's a multitude of 6 figures. You want 900,000 or 100,000? That's a big difference. Don't tell me I want to make 6 figures. I can't stand that. Honestly, it really blows. I can't. So whoever you are out there, if somebody asks you about money, do not say 6 figures. Have a freaking number in mind. At least I'll take it. Because I guarantee you, we not the same. If I'm making 900,000, you making 100,000. We not the same. So it ain't just 6 figures. That's out. Come on. We got to be way more specific than that, my friends. Way more specific than that, my friends. Let's cut it out and let's talk about specifics. So plant in your mind, because you plant in your mind 6 figures, your mind's going to be like, what is this? This ain't a seed. This is peelings from the orange that you had. This ain't even... You just throwing an orange on the ground and hoping it grow. Ooh, I want orange. So you put the whole orange in. That's not planting a seed. That's putting something out there and seeing what happens. Hopefully, the orange breaks down and then everything. There's no intention behind that. You see what I'm saying? It's hoping that the world just do what it's supposed to do because you threw the orange out there. Come on, man. No, you got to take that thing apart. You got to plant the seed. You got to be intentional about it. So whatever it is, whatever kind of house you want, do not sell yourself short on what kind of house you want. It's not about what kind of house you can get. It's about what kind of house you want. Here, I'm going to say it again. It's not about what kind of house you can get. It's about what kind of house you want. You're going to get whatever you get, but you can want whatever you want. There's no limit to say, I want this. You don't have to say this what I want. People will be like, what do you want? And they'll say, well, I know they'll start with, well, I know I can't do this. You're done. You're done already. I know I'm not going to be able to do this by this time. You're done. You're already done. Then nobody asks you what you think you can do. They say, what do you want? It's a big difference. Somebody asks you what you think you can get right now versus what do you want right now. You can answer however you want. You can be as ridiculous as you want to. You can say, hey, well, what I want right now is $100 million. Oh, that's the question? Or are you asking me what I think I can have right now? Because what I want, you can say whatever it is you want. So ask for what you want. There's no limit. There's no cut. There's no rules. There's no rules of saying I can't want what I think I can get. You can want whatever it is you desire, and you can ask for it. There's nothing you cannot ask for. Jazz in the chat, she said, write the vision and make it plain. Man, listen, I'm not a theologian. I'll say that by no means, but I am versed, with a lot of scripture and listen, from everything I've read, from the Bhagavad Gita to the Holy Bible to Think and Grow Rich, which is practical, philosophical, all of them. And it says one thing down. You gotta be specific. The only way is to get specific. That means you have to be specific. That if I ask you what kind of house you want, you can't say, I want a big house. That's not going to, what do you mean a big house? What kind of house do you want? What's going to be inside? What's the tile going to look like? What kind of doors do you want? What kind of kitchen do you want? What kind of stove you want in your kitchen? See, that's how you make it specific. Somebody asks you, okay, what's your final? I want to be rich. That's not a real thing. What is that? What does that mean? Give me a number. I need to know what it is you're talking about. It's like going into a drive-thru and saying, give me food. Like, bro, what do you want? Like, I just want food. Like, bro, you need to be specific on what you want from the restaurant. Are you not going to eat? You feel me? Like, get out the line. Think about it. Come back around. You miss your turn. And a lot of us are missing our opportunities because we don't know what we want. We're not specific. And because we're not specific, we can't point out what is for us and what isn't for us. So we take anything. I want food. Somebody give you a carrot or you wanted food, but now you mad because somebody else got filet mignon, but that's what you really wanted. I mean, you just didn't ask for it. You didn't have the guts to ask for what you wanted because you just wanted to see whatever you got. A lot of people don't got the guts to ask for what they really want. You don't have the balls. You don't got the ovaries, whatever. You don't got the chutzpah to ask for what it is you want. You scared. You don't got real faith. And if you're a religious person, you ain't got faith in your God then. Because from every religion I've ever paid attention to, every belief I've ever paid attention to, they always say, man, you're supposed to have unlimited faith. And you only got to ask once. Because God already know what you want. Just waiting on you to ask, and you ain't asking for what you want. You're not rubbing your genie lamp and saying, this is what I wish for. That means that you don't truly have faith in your God. You don't really have faith that your God can provide what it is that you're saying. So you really don't believe what the hell you talking about. I mean, that's just facts. I can fight me on it if you want, but you don't got faith for real. Ask for what you want. Watch the words that you use. The words that you use are so important. The mind doesn't have any direction. It just understands what you plant inside of it. The earth does not care about anything else. It just, whatever you plant, I will grow. So every time you speaking about other people, you planting that bullshit in your mind. Every time you talking negative, you planting that bull. Every time you complaining, you planting that bullshit. And here's the thing: every time you complain or something, you watering that seed. You watering that bullshit plant in your mind. You watering that bullshit. So now all that bullshit is growing because you complaining, or you ungrateful, or you talking about somebody else. You just keep watering that bullshit, and that's all that's gonna grow, and that's all that's gonna be there. So you got to watch yourself. Jazz in the comments, she said, for my birthday, the lady asked if I wanted Patron or tequila shots. And my drunk ass yelled, all of them. Everyone was like, oh my goodness, pick one. I was like, nah, both. And she brought multiple shots. See, at least she was able to identify, like, give me all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me all that. She said, ask and you shall receive. The worst they can say is no. But if they say yes, it's up. See, the thing about it is how many yeses you need. I'll be saying how many times you need to win? Just one time. You only need one yes. One, like, I remember I was listening. I'm about to end the show after this. I was listening to Byron, whatever his name is, and he was talking about how he would make so many phone calls a day. He said he had an algorithm in his mind. It's called the law of averages. The law of averages. And he was so pretty much like, how many times does it take to get a yes or a no? You know, in the MLB, Major League Baseball, most people bat, you know, a good average is 3 out of 10 times. You hit the ball 3 out of 10 times to get on base, you're getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. You see what I'm saying? The law of averages. What's your law of averages? So how many times does it take you to get a yes? If it takes you 1,000 calls to get 30 yeses, then you know your law of averages. If it's a work, how many do you need? And chances are, you keep on doing that same action, your law of averages is going to go up. Like anything you do over time, you get better at it. But I use that as an example just to keep asking for what you want, because you're going to get a lot of yeses too and those no's. So a lot of times you're going to get what you actually want just by asking for it. Just by simply asking for it. Plant the right shit in your mind and don't water that bullshit, you know. So appreciate y'all so much love, man. Look, I'm out of here. Like I said, new show start show time, 9 a.m. Monday and Wednesday, moving the time up to 9 a.m. live right here, only on the Good News. Once again, I might be saying it for a while. I gotta, rest easy to my brother Godwin Thurden, also known as Gotti West of the Black Barbershop Podcast, husband, father, brother. I'm everything. He was a good man. I'm gonna use that word to get us out of here, because it's appropriate. He was a good man, period. There's nothing else to say. He was a good man. A really good one. He was my friend. And it was a pleasure working with him and being a part of his life journey, I must say. So much of a pleasure. I'm happy to have shared life and space with him. And that's all I can say. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday, I'll see y'all then. Much love. I'm out.